A best-selling thriller is making the jump from page to screen just in time for the holidays. The Housemaid stars Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried in a seductive psychological ride where nothing is as perfect as it seems.
That's right, and today we are joined by acclaimed director Paul Feig to talk about the film, some twists, and why this is the ultimate holiday escape movie. Paul, thanks for joining us.
Jason McKenzie, it's great to be here. Thanks so much.
Absolutely. We're thrilled to have you. So we were talking, this film kind of plays on this idea of everything looking perfect on the surface. And I'm curious, why do you think audiences kind of love those stories where the perfections start to crack?
Yeah, well, I think we all like to be surprised by things. And I think it's, we meet so many people in our lives and you always just assume people are who they say they are. But especially these days, that's not necessarily the case. And so I think it's always fun to see a little from a safe distance in the audience as things go terribly wrong because somebody believes what somebody says and then you start to find out that everything you're hearing is a lie.
Yeah, certainly. So, Paul, for fans of the book and maybe some newcomers alike, what can audiences expect as they sit down to watch The Housemaid?
Well, first and foremost, you're going to get the most fun group experience you've had in a movie theater in a long time. I engineer my movies so that people can get very interactive with them, and they laugh and they scream and they're talking back to the screen and they're gasping. So it's really a wild ride, thanks to the book, this great book by Freida McFadden that's so twisty and turny. And then you've got just great performances from Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried and Brandon Sklenar. They really just, they take this book. If you're a fan of the book, you'll be very happy because we really bring it to life. And if you haven't read the book, don't read the book yet. Go see the movie and then read the book because then you'll have lots of surprises.
I love that. And I feel like these are the kinds of movies you want to see in a crowded theater, like you said.
Just like you said, my wife the whole time, when they went to New York, the whole time she's like, no, talking back to the screen.
I love that. That makes for a great experience. And there are several plot twists we've been talking about. How do you kind of approach to building up that tension?
Well, part of it is just making sure you play it exactly so that people have no idea what's coming. So you really have to play very close to the bone and play everything very real. And then you just have to have a great story and a great script that has these twists and turns. And then just the performers, really, just the way that they are able to make it very real and to sell it through their immense talent. That's, but when you have a cast this talented, you just kind of get out of their way.
The cast is amazing. Great individual performances in this one. And I know that you've described this one as a thriller and it's also insanely fun. Why do you think bringing that balance is important for this movie-going experience?
Well, because I think because I love thrillers, but a lot of thrillers, I think, take themselves so seriously that they don't give you any room to have any kind of release or have a good time. And I like the old movies of Hitchcock, which were very tense and suspenseful and all that, but they also had funny elements to them. There was funny side characters, or the lead characters in an extreme situation would react in a funny way in moments when it wasn't a heavy situation. And I think that's what's fun, to let the audience know there's dark things in this movie, but you can have a really fun time in the parts that we want you to have fun in. And you know them when you see them in this movie.
Yeah, you're right.
And it's obviously the holiday season now. This movie was released during this season. Why do you think now is like the perfect time for an escape like this?
Because here's what it is. Holiday times is nothing. It's supposed to be nothing but happy. Everything's fun. Family gets together. You got people you haven't seen all year that come in. But there's always a little underlying tension in every family. But you can't let it out to them. So go to see this movie and you'll let it all out. And then you'll come back to your family. It'll be very cathartic and you'll be a much happier person.
That is brilliant. I love that.
It's so true. It's so true. You come home thinking, my goodness, thank goodness my family isn't that family.
Normal. Right.
Yes.
My family's actually cool.
Yeah. Exactly. Paul, thanks for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a great holiday season.
You
too.
You as well.
Thanks so
Absolutely.
much.
Yeah, fun. You got to go see this one while it's at the cinema there. The Housemaid. It's in cinemas now.
Yeah, go yell at the screen.
That's right. You can.